You don't need compound and polish. This one product does both. Watch this. Same product to cut and to polish. I'm going to show you how to cut and polish a car the simple way. For the first step, use a hybrid wool pad. This is what gives you your cutting power to remove most of the scratches quickly. Now, here's the key. Prime the pad with product. Work it into all the fibers. Wool pads need more product than foam to get started. Wool pads used to be really aggressive and leave a lot of haze behind, but these newer ones finish down really well, especially when paired with 3D1, so there's very little left to clean up afterwards. Set your polisher to the lowest setting and begin spreading the product out over your 2x2 working section. Don't rush here. Keep working the product until you're left with a light, even film on the paint. This ensures you won't sling product all over the place. Now bump up your speed to around 5. Move slow, about 1 to 3 inches per second. That gives the pad and product time to actually work. On flat panels, just use a simple crosshatch pattern with 50% overlap. You're just aiming for even coverage. That's it. Then on tighter areas, just adjust your pattern as needed. Don't overthink it. I'm using a cheap $100 polisher here. And yeah, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of more expensive ones, but you can still get great results with it. You don't need to spend a ton of money to start learning and practicing. Don't push too hard. You only need about 5 to 10 pounds of pressure. On flat panels, the weight of the machine is almost enough. On vertical panels, just add a little pressure. Focus on keeping the pad flat and let the machine do the work. Okay, now switch to a basic polishing pad to refine the finish. I'm not even adding much more product. I'm just using what's already on the panel. This is where this product is different. It's completely pad dependent. With a wool pad, it cuts. With a foam pad, it finishes. That's all you need to know. Super simple, and it saves a ton of time. It also works great in the sun and gives you a long working time without drying out fast. And you'll see how easy it is to wipe off in a second. So after using this product for years, I realized I actually said something wrong about it before. I always thought it was a diminishing abrasive, just based on how it works. But after one of you guys pointed it out to me, I looked into it more. And it's actually non-diminishing, which honestly makes a lot more sense because it performs really consistently in a lot of different situations. So yeah, just goes to show I'm still learning right along with you guys. When you're polishing on this step, nothing really changes. Same arm speed, same speed setting on your machine, and same amount of passes. We're just doing about 4 50-50 overlapping passes. So your pads are going to build up clear coat residue over time. Blow them out or brush them after each section. But I'd still swap pads out a few times throughout the job. That helps prevent light scratches from dirty pads. So I'd recommend having at least 4 of each pad on hand. Now, using a good quality microfiber towel, begin buffing off the residue from the surface. I recommend using new towels, but I'm showing you that even with using old used quality towels, this stuff is really easy to clean up still. I'll get you in for a close-up in a second, but even from back here, look how good that already looks. Same idea with your towels. You can't have too many. They load up with residue really quickly, so keep flipping to a clean side until you're satisfied with the result. That's how you avoid leaving any product haze behind. If you want to check out any of the products I used today, I've got them linked down below. That's how to cut and polish a car the simple way, or what most people call a 2-step paint correction. And remember, watching helps, but actually doing it is what builds a skill. So get out there and give it a shot. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.